Bristol is the biggest city in the southwest of England. A typical multicultural place attracting immigrants from all over the world. The large rise of immigrants living in the city over the last decade has coincided with a growing anxiety about immigration. It has become a national concern for both the public and politicians.
We've got to be much better at finding these people and getting them out of our country.
However, behind the headlines, there is a world of very human stories, often characterised by anonymity and oblivion, which contrasts sharply with the lives of most Britons today. This film will show us a glimpse inside the mind of an illegal immigrant who came to Britain searching for a better life. Gabriel has been living and working in Bristol for 12 years, paying taxes, not receiving benefits. Yet he risks facing prison if caught by the authorities. Therefore, we have disguised his identity.
I came from Brazil in 2002. The reason I came to UK was for opportunity, find a better way of life. Quite funny, I was 19, didn't speak English, didn't know what to face, didn't know what to do. When I arrived, I remember when I went to immigration, take me to interview, the interview take a couple of hours. I think from that day, he couldn't really send me back. He couldn't do anything. The only thing he said, I will let you go for today. I will hold your documents, I hold your passport, I will hold your ID. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go to the hotel tonight, stay there, and come here tomorrow. And I knew as soon as I stepped through that door, hold on, I'm not planning to come back. That was my plan. Back in those days, was people from the European community was just starting to come to UK as a mass. You can find anywhere in London who can produce you the right documents to find a work. Those days we managed to get some illegal Portuguese documents like IDs to find a job and a temporary national insurance number. Start with TN and your date of birth. That's quite straightforward. Then you got a job, you got your temporary national insurance number. The company give you a letter to open a bank account. You go to the bank with the letter from the employee, from your documents, your proof of address. That means for the bank, you fill all the boxes. You got everything they need to prove you are illegal. On the job, you have two ways. The people who didn't know you're illegal, people didn't know you're using fake documents, they're on good faith employer and give you a job and give you the opportunity. But also on the other side, you have the people who want to use the system. They want to take advantage of that. They know you're illegal, they know you're using fake documents, and they know they can exploit you.
Gabriel has gone to great lengths to get to the UK and to stay here. But is it worth all those risks?
What my cousin told me, they said, if you come here, if you work, you can make your money, you can make a way better of life, and you can build a wealth and help your family. That's what I've been told, and that's why I came here. But the life is not that simple, it's not easy. You have to work around 16 hours a day to be able to support yourself and also able to send money back to Brazil. Some place of work you're being treated as a slave because they know you're using the wrong documents, but because they need your work, they employ you, but they say I'm going to pay you much less than minimum wage. And anything we do wrong, they always threat us. Always. They're going to say we're going to call the immigrations, you're going to be off the next day.
Some politicians have suggested that immigrants have a harmful economic effect on the low-skilled natives, causing a shortage of jobs for British citizens. But Gabriel doesn't agree.
I'm not taking off the jobs. Where I work is plenty of vacancies, plenty, lots of vacancies. But not many English people down there. I don't say English people doesn't want to work, but English people doesn't want to do sub jobs. They don't want to do cleaning. They don't want to do waiter. They don't want to do some security work. Everything we pay, any tax and national insurance, is staying in this country because I'm not allowed to take anything back home. Who is wrong? Who is right? It's not me to decide. It's the government who should like look at these problems. It's the benefit system is wrong. They benefit people to stay at home instead of work. What they should do, they should increase the salary, make people want to work. Because what incentive English people on the lower income will have to come to work, to do 8 hours, 10 hours a day, to get £800 a month, £1,000 a month. If they get all the benefits, the house is being paid for £700. The council tax they pay for £140. They got job allowance with another £67 a week. They get another benefits too. They get more than £1,000 a month. Just stay at home.
It has also been suggested that increasing immigration is one of the main reasons for the increase in house prices in the UK in recent years. Behind these scare stories are the real conditions for immigrants in the UK.
You normally live in a house of 10 people, 3-bedroom house, 3 people in the room, people in the living room, people in the garage. There's people everywhere. I mean, you haven't got any privacy. And it's scary sometimes, because sometimes you don't know what that guy, where he come from, what's his reason from here. We don't know what he done back home. We don't know if he's a robber. If any one of the 10 people inside the house has got right documents, then you may be in trouble. People threat you to say, I'm gonna call the immigration if you do anything I don't like it. If you don't give me any money, or if you got a better job and he wants your job. They say, if you don't get your job, I call the immigration and you off. If something's happened to anyone on that house, of that 10 people, you have to move out. That means you lose everything, you lose the money you put on deposits, you lose the money you pay for the rent, and then you're on the street looking for a place to stay. When you sleep, you don't know where you're gonna wake up. You can maybe wake up on the streets, you can maybe wake up inside of the immigrations, you can maybe wake up in prison. You never know how it's gonna be your next day. On the street, you cannot really see a police car. Every time you see a police car, you just go to the next road, or you just manage to hide everywhere. That's one of the problems. You're hiding. You live like a rat. People who live illegally here is the only people who's been here for so many years. They know the system. They already got bank accounts. And also, the only thing they do is work. They don't do anything else. They just keep their head above water.
Despite all these issues, Gabriel wants to stay in Britain. But why?
For a lot of people, it's easy to say, yes, go back. But it's not easy for me, because I know if I go back, I will not be able to return. Because they know I'm overstay. If I'm overstay the first time, they're not going to accept me the second time. They know if I come here for the second time, they know they're going to come here to stay. If they knew I come to stay, they're going to send me back. No questions asked. It's like you feel sometimes you're in a prison. There's not much you can do. You cannot go out. You cannot travel. The only thing you can do is work, and back home. Sometimes 7 days a week. Sometimes without day off. But at the same time, is the feeling to help and support my family who's keeping here. My dream is to have my sister graduated, to have my mom keep well, a nice home with her pension. My dad, well, my dad has got his own pension, but sometimes his medicine is quite high, it's quite expensive, and his retirement is not enough to pay for everything, and I have to help sometimes. And that's why if I go back home, how can I support them? How can I gonna help them? My dad's not gonna be able to buy his medicine again. My mum, I don't know what's gonna happen, what she can do. And my sister will have to stop her study. I know it's a lot of responsibility, but that's the only chance. That's the only way I can really help my family to have a better life. It's sad, it's very sad, it's lonely. I think makers do want to go back every day. Every day you wake up, I said, oh, it's the same thing again. Wake up, going to work, finish work, go back home, and that's it. You do that most days of the week. And it's hard, and it's really, really sad when you cannot talk to people, you don't have friends, as you have you back home. I don't know what to do. The current situation at the moment is I'm just stuck here. I don't really know if I go back, and I don't want to stay. I'm just in the center, I'm just stuck.
While immigrants are described as a threat to British society, it's difficult to see how Britain would work without them. What is good immigration for Britain? Gabriel is part of an unseen, dedicated, low-paid workforce, driving the country's economy without receiving the rewards or respect of indigenous workers. It's time to look beyond the headlines and start to engage with the hard-working humans struggling at the edges of society.